This is a playthrough of Silent Hill 3 on the PS2, and we're stuck on what I have discovered is one of the hardest gaming puzzles of all time. I was looking online and this was ranking number 3 in the list of actually the most ridiculous puzzles ever. So, well, I don't know. I couldn't go to sleep, mate. I couldn't go to sleep without having another crack at this. Absolutely maddening. It's maddening, this one. Let's give it our best shot, yeah. Let's do it. Do it. I was going to go buy a big filthy watermelon, but they didn't have it, so I didn't get it. Oh my god. Here we are back again. Tell a friend.
Milkatima Kesting says 3-year-old wants to know what happened to your hair.
What did they say about my hair? 3-year-old? Tell it a big stinking giant picked me up by my feet and used me like a pen to scribble my head all over a football pitch. What I got? I've got a peach. This could give me the energy I need to succeed. Mate, Japanese fruit. I should cut this up, to be honest. Fucking hell, that's tasty. Wow, the Lord praises us. The Lord praises.
Milkatima Kesting says, I don't think she believes you.
What? That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Milkatima Kesting says, wait dude, have you ever seen an American watermelon?
I don't think so. Talk to me, Milkster. I love how you're proud of your country. You said you were homeschooled and you read a whole bunch of Shakespeare, right? I felt a bit bad to gloss over that comment. Because really, that's quite awesome. Wow, this is so tasty. The Lord praiseth us with the peach. Right. Okay. So I have opinions about this puzzle. I think I had an idea. Oh, what the fuck's going on?
Milkatima Kesting says, how big is a big watermelon to you?
If it's round, like that big. How big?
Edward Johnston says, how large?
Oh lord. The game's fucking frozen. What is this? Right, the pad is connected. The pad is connected. But nothing happeneth. We fucking stuck here. Don't tell me the game froze. Bruh. Come on now.
Edward Johnston says, where's the menace to get Johnny through this?
No, she can't give us the answer. She cannot do it. It would be wrong.
Milkatima Kesting says, ours are over.
Oh, holy shit. Unplugging the pad did that. Oh. Try again. Oh, well, they get the size of a 1-year-old child. I love how Milky measures everything in child's. The only thing she knows. That's sweet, though. She's thinking about her baby. That's sweet. And they are about the sweetest thing you'll have in nature. You were just talking about your children. They're kind of like a wonder of the world, right? How the fuck can that even exist? They're just too great, right? Crunchy and all that. And they look like they got tiger stripes. Green ones. Okay, I've got a theory. Okay. One vengeful man spilled blood for two. So that's 2 1s or 1 2. So maybe it's 1 1 and then 2 use tears for 3. 1 1 2 2 2 and then like 3 or 4 or something.
Milkatima Kesting says every summer Chelsea gets as many as he can get.
Does he? Does he day? What does he do all day? Lady Deadness, hello. I saw your prompts on Twitch. How you doing, girl? I'm doing all right, my friend. How are you? How's life? How's work and all that? Fucking hell, man. Fuck. Is it something to do with the alignment of these books? Like, maybe it is, because maybe these are making the fucking passcode. But how are they? It's not that, though. It's not 41523.
Milkatima Kesting says, howdy Deadness.
Is it the
Deadness says, I'm good. Graduated from my legal diploma in April. Working weekends at a vintage shop.
Oh, nice one. Wow, it's all coming together real recently. I'm pleased. That's nice. I can imagine you in that vintage shop. Maybe it's the distance between the numbers, right? 4 to 1 is 3. 1 to 5 is 4. 3, 4. 5 to 2 is 3.
Ladidedness says, hello Milky.
This is a stretch, isn't it?
Edward Johnston says, congrats Deadness.
3, 4, 3, 1.
Ladidedness says, thank you.
It will never be this. Bro, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. What could it be?
Milkatima Kesting says, I have a hard time because you are always is it, and that is a question that needs to be answered, and I'm just sitting here trying not to answer.
Why is it so hard for people not to give me any hints? It's like people can't resist. They always have to fucking blame me. It's a proper gaslighting. Look what it says on the bottom of the screen.
Says, so are you a lawyer now?
People can't resist. The kind of people who like this channel got no impulse control.
Edward Johnston says go through the puzzle from the beginning to give you a fresh look. Give us some paper crackle.
I'm not all about this fucking doing things properly, Edward, and methodically. Right, I want to be a DEI hire in Japan. Looking for white men.
Ladidedness says not yet. Milky, I'm hoping to become a coroner's officer.
Call the coroner. It's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing when my burglar alarm starts ringing.
Says Usyk, good luck. Edward Johnston says, I've been called out on my lack of impulse control. Ladidedness says my favorite Silent Hill game is number 2.
I mean, it doesn't. The gameplay is. Let's just be kind. Like, it's of its time, very much of its time. But the whole mood of it is kind of excellent. I mean, if people can like shit like anime, people got to love Silent Hill 2. It's Japanese, it's silly. It's dark, well made. Who likes K-pop? Because I fucking don't. I hate Korean entertainment.
Milkatima Kestings says bro X hit came by my stream last night and I just talked to Nuka recently and they both shared news that's none of my business to share Mayo. Edward Johnston says Code Veronica is the anime game.
What does that mean? That's proper gossip you just did there. Why say it if you can't say it? Who's X hit? X gonna give it to you. Milky, you're such a typical gossipy woman. What the fuck? These two guys that you know, like, spoke to me the other day and said something that's really crazy that I can't tell you what it is, though. I'm really not supposed to tell you. Milkster, you're mad. The mad Milkster.
Ladidedness says currently punishing myself with the Hollow Knight game.
Apparently that's really good, someone told me.
Milkatima Kesting says cuz I wanna talk about it but it's not my story.
It's alright. Okay, if you want a really fucked up game, Lady Deadness, play Silent Hill 3 on hard riddle mode for like 30 minutes and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the books are in the right order. Now all we need is a pin code.
Edward Johnston says is Hollow Knight 2D.
They all go.
Kesting says it's just brothers who haven't been around in a while and they are still alive and well.
Oh, that's good. You just telling the secret. What?
Edward Johnston says Milky.
Milky, oh my god. Okay, well, like, luckily no one gives a shit about this channel. Otherwise, you would have dropped some big reveal, big spoiler.
Ladidedness says it is, but it's balls hard. Like an itsy cutesy version of Elden Ring, I will. I'll stream it too.
Shit, someone told me it's like Elden Ring, so we might have to do that. So, okay, look, hang on a minute, though. The end doth remain, all go on only toward death. Does that mean the numbers are descending? I think that is what it could mean. Okay, so the end doth remain. All go on only toward death, toward zero, right?
Edward Johnston says it's rock hard deadness.
I think there's a mode on it where if you don't die at all on a run, it rewards you or something, which is basically impossible.
Milkatima Kesting says my kids love Hollow Knight but have never beat it lol.
Oh no. Milkster, you're dropping spoilers for everything.
Edward Johnston says put your Shakespearean theatre hat on.
Oh god. Okay. Yes. Okay, it's on. Okay. So. It's not a silence brimming with light. Okay. One vengeful man spilled blood for two.
Broduglia says, it's impressive that you already know the answer but block it out until you figure it out yourself.
I don't know what the fucking answer is. I know that Victoria tried to fucking spoil it. Why did she do that?
Hollow Knight is hard. Then the sequel Silk Song is a nightmare.
Oh, really? Okay, I think you'll make me want to play these games. See? She knows how to get me to do something. Maybe it's 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. That can't be right.
Milkatima Kesting says they want Silk Song but not until they finish their dinner lol.
One vengeful man spilled blood for 2. 2 youths shed tears for 3. 1 for 2. 2 for 3. 3 to 4.
Edward Johnston says do they get ice cream?
Oh god. What? Swine. Yes, it may.
Milkatima Kesting says our homework and chores done. Ladidadness says, Milky you should introduce them to Silk Song so they can meet Sherma and annoy TF out of you with his little song.
Swine. I need to order something from Amazon. Shall I order anything? What should I order?
Broduglia says, adorable you think they aren't eating ice cream behind your back. Milkatima Kesting says, sounds about right lol they usually start a chorus. I made the mistake of introducing them to the song that never ends. Edward Johnston says Shakespeare complete collection. Milkatima Kesting says, oh Brad dude that's been a consistent problem Lmao.
Right. One vengeful man spilled blood for 2. 2 youths shed tears for 3. 3 witches disappeared thusly, and only the 4 keys remain. One Vengeful man, spill blood for 2. The blood's coming out. 2 you shed tears for 3. The tears are coming out. So that's doubling it. That's not doubling it. 3 witches disappeared, so maybe it's not 3. Okay, it's 4, so it's 1 if you don't do 3. Okay. One for 2, 2, 4. One for 2, 2, 4. What's a swine? I see lady on the Twitch. Oh, that's how you saw me. That's how you found me. There's so many layers to this puzzle. I'm just too lazy to work it all out. I'm just too lazy, but it's taking me longer because I'm lazy. Is it something to do with the book arrangement? I feel it has to be more obvious what this passcode is. Seriously. What do we have here? 41523. Is it the gap between them? Four one. Is it what? So is it what it spells out? So Romeo and Juliet, Othello, R-O. R-O. Number 2 is Lear, R-O-K. And 3 is Macbeth, R-O-K-M. So Hamlet, H-R-O-K-M. Hockham, nope. 4 to 1. Minus 3 plus 4. 3, 4, 3, 1. It can't be that.
Edward Johnston says, do you remember which story is in which volume?
I do. That's why I arranged it like that. I need to stop being lazy with this. So maybe each page is a number. So that would be, this is Othello. Othello is 5.
Edward Johnston says you need to be an Oxford scholar.
You do. So then this is 2, 1. What is it? 2, 1, 5. No. The fuck is it? 2. No. It's 4. What am I fucking talking about? 4, 1. 4, 1. 5, 2, 3. This though.
Edward Johnston says, is he writing on paper?
I am. The rustle of a good piece of paper from the drawing room gives me a feeling of warm study with a roasting fire and a piping hot bowl of rhubarb and apple oat crumble with lashings of brandy butter and custard. Right, we need to ask AI about this. Doth lie invite truth? Doth verity? Is verity a word in Shakespeare? Yes.
Edward Johnston says the drawing room. Edward Johnston says love it.
You can find it in Macbeth, Act 4, Scene 3, when Malcolm lists the traits of a good ruler. So is that Macbeth? No, there are 4 total instances where William Shakespeare uses a variation of the word verity. Macbeth, Macbeth, The Winter's Tale. Dude, imagine you have to work out which one's from which book, and it's basically only written in one of his fucking books, Verity. You have to read the whole fucking book searching for one word. They can't be doing that. That could just be anything.
Edward Johnston says, Google was a thing at this time, surely.
Yeah, I guess so.
Edward Johnston says, Google the passage.
Nah, but it would because then it starts ruining the game. It says this isn't from Silent Hill. This isn't from Shakespeare. It's from Silent Hill, and then you start working out what it is. The fuck?
Edward Johnston says, damn. Milkatima Kesting says it was supposed to be hot and sunny today. WTF these rain clouds think they are doing. Edward Johnston says, can you read the books on the shelf?
No. I mean, there are some lines in it, yeah, but it didn't really tell me much. Really, it didn't.
Hamza Safda 23 says, hey there mate and everyone. Been a while.
What's up, G? Yeah, it's been a while. What's been happening? Getting my gooch shattered by this puzzle. Gooch shattering puzzle.
Bradwr says 27,031 days ago.
It's not the code, is it?
Hamza Safda 23 says, hahaha gooch shattered where it mattered.
Exactly. One vengeful man spilled blood for two. This is driving me round the fucking bend. One vengeful man spilled blood for two. 1, 2. 1. This can't be entertaining. You're just watching the same fucking screen for hours and hours and me going round and round into the same circle.
Hamza Safda 23 says, yeah, been going through some stuff mate. My grandfather passed away, so was grieving as well.
Sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, it sucks when that happens, mate. Rest in peace. Sorry to hear that, mate. My condolences. One vengeful man spilled blood for two. 2 youths shed tears for 3. So is this...
Edward Johnston says it's entertaining, bruv.
Can't be entertaining. It just simply can't be. If this is what people want, I can give it to you. Just sit here.
Hamza Safda 23 says, yeah, that's life. BTW, what did you do to your hair XD?
I got picked up by a giant and he used me as a pen. He mistook me for his pen.
Milkatima Kesting says, that's terrible. Hamza, were you close?
And he tried to write with me on a football pitch. I went all over the grass and the white lines. One vengeful man spilled blood for two. Okay. 2 youths. Two youths shed tears
Hamza
for 3.
Safda 23 says, yeah, very close. Milkatima Kestings, and it happened so fast in 5 hours when he was physically fit. Ladidadna says, did the giant run out of ink?
He ran out of blood. That's crazy, dude. Sorry to hear that. Wow. So, sorry to hear that, mate. I feel
Edward
like this
Johnston says, who is vengeful man?
This is all the same fucking thing, though. Oh, this is all Macbeth. It's Macbeth.
Hamza Safda 23 says, I actually took care of him a lot, and even though he had Alzheimer and forgot me, but still could sense by touch.
Oh, that's sweet, though. Yeah, it's mad how that will be ingrained in the newer pathways. That's good.
Hamza Safda 23 says took.
Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, and King Lear. Which of these has a
Edward
vengeful
Johnston
man?
says, I think Hamlet is the vengeful one.
Yeah, no, it is. This is all Hamlet. This is all Hamlet. Yeah, yeah. Like, this is all. Don't get it twisted. This whole fucking page is Hamlet. But it might be interspersed with the code. Only the 4 keys remain. What does it mean? And only the 4 keys remain. The 4 keys. The 4 keys? The 4 keys on the number pad. Okay. It's talking about...
Hamza 23 says, yeah, it was crazy, mate.
I'll bet, man. It does sound very crazy. Only the 4 keys remain. It's talking about 4 keys on the number pad. Okay, so which 4 keys? Are these 4 keys we're pressing, or are these 4... Only the 4 keys remain. So then, therefore, this is the fucking password. The 41523.
Says, I don't think youths or witches in Hamlet. Hamza 23 says, PS2 is OG. It's
oh shit, no, it's Macbeth. Honestly. Yeah, I see what you mean. Shit. So what Hamlet is... Fucking hell, bruh. Hamlet is number 4. So we're starting off with 4. One vengeful man, Hamlet, spilled blood for 2. Is that the same story? So what, 4? But then what, is one vengeful man a 4? Oh god, mate, this is so ridiculous. This is so fucking ridiculous. But it like...
Milkatima Kesting says, Macbeth is what they are performing in that one episode of Columbo lol.
Is this... This page has to be... It has to be referencing... Macbeth? But then, is it referencing...
Milkatima Kesting says, I have to drop stupid facts to ward off the urge to hint hell.
I'm not reading. I'm not reading anything. I'm not listening. What is this, like a meta fucking riddle within the main riddle? What? Because it's talking about the order of the books, right? But this has to be the last book. Does it have a meta puzzle
Edward
of
Johnston
the numbers?
Says use that clonker of a brain. Hamza 23 says this is very confusing XD. Bradwr says, it is absolutely obnoxious.
Right, let's actually work out exactly what the fuck it is talking about here.
Ladidness says, I vaguely remember Homer Simpson quoting Shakespeare too. I think that may have also been Macbeth.
Excuse me. The entire plot of Hamlet is a classic revenge tragedy. Prince Hamlet is consumed by the need to avenge his father's murder by killing his uncle Claudius. The play actually
Edward
features...
Johnston says, I think of Simpsons too.
The play actually features 3 vengeful men whose paths cross destructively. Hamlet, Laertes, and Fortinbras. So, okay, let's just fucking say that within that first line, I'm going to write it down on my paper. I already written it down.
Johnston says, doesn't Ralph kill everyone as Hamlet?
Stop whining. God, when you actually put your brain to it.
Testing says, yeah, Brad, you're absolutely right. This is why most people do normal on their first playthrough.
We are not normal. We are rock hard. Only play when it's rock hard. Only play when it's rock hard. Only do it when it's rock hard.
Bradwr says, I looked it up. You're not solving this, bro.
That's a hint, though. You're telling me to look somewhere else.
The writing down is satisfying. Hamza 23 says, ha ha ha.
Edward just wants me to write on the paper. Like, he's giving me the most ridiculous red herring for his own cynical pleasure. He loves it when I write on the paper. Just knowing that I am. He can't see me do it. Just knowing.
Edward Johnston says, raging Arnold's only.
Brad, I looked it up. You're not solving this, bro. Okay, well, that means I'm not even fucking... No. No. Okay, so let's say that is Hamlet. That would mean Hamlet is volume 4. Okay. 2 youths shed tears for 3. Right, who the fuck are we talking about here? 2 youths. Which Shakespeare play is that? Romeo and Juliet. Okay. 1. But this is already the fucking pin card I've got from the order from before.
Milkatima Kesting says yeah, a lot of people who had the answer don't understand the logic. It's there, it's just rough.
That was like, do you remember Silent Hill 2?
Edward Johnston says Romeo Juliet.
In one, do you remember that puzzle in the second one where there literally is no logic to it? It's the letter. It actually is fucking wrong because it's the letter T. But like there was other letters written with the numbers, but it goes all the way across. It never goes halfway. And then like the actual solution, it goes all the way across, and then it goes halfway. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it actually does not make sense to fuck that puzzle. And they know they fucked it up, but they won't tell anyone because they just otherwise they have to admit it, and then they hope that it can just be left to the community to fucking argue over it. Someone will defend that shit. You know they will. Okay. 3 witches disappeared. That is Othello. Okay. 4-1. Othello. Oh, God, I love thumbing through a well-read copy of an Othello hardback. Oh, God. Don't drop it in the fire. Get the poker. Break up the coals. Maybe we can cook some... We can... toast some toast on the edge of the trident.
Says, anyone who says they solved this without a guide is a f'kin' liar. Edward Johnston says, Macbeth bruv.
What the fuck are you talking about, Macbeth? Oh yeah, sorry, yes, you're right. Okay, that's 3, right. Yeah. Okay, so 4, 1, 3, and only the 4 keys remain. So we'll just try we'll do any other fucking button. Let's do any other button. So 4, 1, 3. Oh, we try all the buttons. This is so much fun. 4, 1, 3, 2. This is the 4 keys remain. So maybe it's actually 4. Let's just try that. 4, 1, 3, 3. 4, 1, 3, 5.
Milkatima Kesting says, I'm willing to believe one person did, but this might be why people like Silent Hill so much. They don't actually like it, it just drove them insane and they think they like it. LMAO.
It's pretty funny, Milksture. I do wonder if it relates to this, to something to do with the fucking...
Bradwr says, honestly you'll have a better chance typing in random numbers till you get it.
I mean, it can't be that fucking difficult. There has to be some logic here.
Hamza Sata 23 says I like this idea better. Bradwr.
413.
Hamza Sata 23 says rather than having brain damage. Bradwr says lol milky.
413 is 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Milkatima Kesting says quick maths.
Is that the number?
Time that Johnny has spent on this password.
Is
Do you think he would have gotten it by just going through every combination? Lol.
It depends how many fucking... No, of course I fucking wouldn't. That's like cracking someone's ATM card. What are the chances of... That's literally the same. So like, what is the chances? Like, how long would it take to crack, and that's assuming it's even 4 numbers to crack an ATM card with 4 digits
Hamza
as a
23
passcode.
says Milkatima Kesting's always possible XD.
You lot are on some fucking mad tip. 15 seconds, says AI. Well done. No, just guessing random numbers. 1. Oh, fucking hell. How long would it take to do it manually? Just keying random shit. Is that all? Really? It take 10 hours? Is that okay? Maybe we can do it that way.
Milkatima Kesting says, LMAO, what are you on about AI?
That's definitely fucking wrong. Alright, AI says it takes an average of 8.3 hours.
23 says, Claude the AI XD.
I mean an average human with no cracking experience and no memory of what he did before
Edward Johnston
about
says, do we
10.
need to leave the room so Johnny can concentrate?
An average person with no experience who forgets what they typed
15 seconds. Was it talking about how fast it could do it?
after 10 tries will take an average of 8 hours and 20 minutes.
Hamza 23 says we are interfering XD.
10,000 combinations. What, is it going to take me 8 hours? Are you sure? You're trying to find one correct needle in a haystack of 10,000 possibilities. That's even if it's 4 digits. I have a feeling it's more than that. I have a feeling it's even more.
Bradwr says, hang on, ask it how to do it in 15 seconds. Asking for a friend.
Bro, there's no way you're cracking this by doing random fucking numbers. There's absolutely no fucking way I'm going down that route. Okay, so 8. We add that shit together. But why would you add that together? Maybe we're adding it together. I do feel this is you adding something up here, because...
Hamza 23 says constiated friend. Bradwr.
Only the 4 key... I don't fucking know. Is it 8? And then we go to the 1, 2, 1, 2. 8. 1 to 2. 2 to 3. 3 to 0. To 4.
Milkatima Kesting says, Brad.
Nah, bruv. This actually can't be that difficult, man. I mean, the answer's obviously on that page, isn't it? Obviously. Four, 1, 3. Only the 4 keys remain. So, okay, it's I don't know, man. I like Victoria posted the answer. I couldn't. I just saw a bunch of numbers. Like it felt like it was more than 4, but it could have just been 4. It felt like it was 5, but I don't fucking know what she fucking posted. So that's it. Might not even be that because here it says 4. Surely it's not 5 fucking numbers, right? Or maybe I don't know what the fuck she posted. I sensed something, but she was up something, so I just tried to fucking ignore it. I feel like the answers with these books, man. It's told me the order to put that there. Mate, we got Oscar Wilde on the left. Charles
Edward
Dickens.
Johnston says Victoria Menace.
Oh my god. She left her mark.
Bradw says, Captain's Log Day 3. Johnny is beginning his descent into madness. Kobayashi Maru will continue. Milkatima Kestings says menaced so hard you're breaking.
I'm not breaking. 4. I mean, isn't it a countdown to 0? Isn't that what it? Because it says it's down to 0, right? It keeps on saying it's going down to death. And after 3, isn't it 0? 4, 1, 5, 2, 0? I've done that already, though. Like, obviously it wouldn't be that, but isn't that what fuck it was aiming at? Done this so many times. I still think it's 1 to 2. 2 to 3.
Hamza Safda 23 says the descent ain't hollow hopefully.
And then the 4 keys. What is the 4 keys? The 4 keys is only the 4 keys remain. There are 7 fucking keys remaining. After 1 to 2, 2 to 3. 1 to 2. It actually says 1 for 4 2, but one spilled blood for 2. 1 spilled blood for 2. 2 shed tears for 3. One to 2 to 3. Oh, but this isn't even like a fucking IQ test, though, is it? There's no fucking sequence here. There's no pattern. It's just adding 1 each time. 1 vengeful man spilled the blood.
Edward Johnston says you're not thinking like a Shakespearean.
Well, fucking who is in 2026? 1 vengeful man. One vengeful man spilled blood for 2.
Hamza Safda 23 says it's the other way around. Hamza Safda 23 says scanning the spear.
One vengeful man spilled blood for 2. I'm getting into the mind of the developer, right? Let's think about what the fuck they did here. It's so fucking deliberate that 4 keys remain. So 3 witches disappeared. Does that mean Macbeth disappeared, which is 3? So removing 3. One to two, and then it's something else. It's not 3. 1 to 2, 2 to 4. One to two, two to one. One to two, two to two.
Edward Johnston says this is what it has come to.
Why would it? Mama.
Edward Johnston says, do we need to watch the Simpsons Shakespeare episodes? Hamza Safda 23 says, sad life, no lady, no wife.
My God. The fucking devastating knowledge is that we could have entered the right one, but the book order is wrong on the fucking shelf. I refuse to believe it. Isn't it something to do? Four, three, four, four, 0, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 0, 4, 3, 0, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 0, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1.
Lim Shalsu says I had to explain to Milky last night that Romeo and Juliet were not Jews from Venice.
0, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1.
Milkatima Kesting says they are definitely Jews.
0, 4, 4. Three.
Edward Johnston says is Romeo and Juliet set in Florence? Milkatima Kesting says, no, I was talking about the Merchant of Venice. There are Italian Jews in the Merchant of Venice. Did you not know this was a play? Edward Johnston says is Milky confusing Merchant of Venice?
You dreamt it, Milky, you dreamt it. I wouldn't mention this stuff because you might bring out the Austrian painter in Brad. Dude.
Bradw says, practicing my impulse control, Johnny.
Doing very well.
Edward Johnston says maybe you need to write it down with a different pen.
Different color pen. I'm just going to write down every fucking possible combination. I'm going to ask AI to just give me every possible combo and I'll just go through them all.
Hamza Safda 23 says it's okay Bradw, I'll let it flow out. Edward Johnston says underline some things here and there, you know, like an Oxford scholar thwa.
Oxford
Milkatima
scholar.
Kesting says they let you watch Johnny at work. Lim Shalsu says guys the location is in the literal first two lines of the play. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. Hamza Safda 23 says but discreetly Bradw.
Discreetly.
Lim
While
Shalsu
he's
says
operating.
no hints Johnny.
Okay, yes. Holy fuck, this is hard, isn't it? This is goated puzzle. This is the
Lim Shalsu says him on a break.
Everyone's telling me I'll never work this out. Is it that fucking obscure? Like, what other things can there possibly be in this? Look at this page. Okay, so what other things could this be? 1 for 2. Okay, what is it? 1 times 2? 2. 2 for 3. 6.
Edward Johnston says, Verona, that's right. Apparently there's a guy there that tells tourists that his balcony is the balcony from the story and makes a fortune.
So, like, hold on a minute. 1 vengeful man spilled blood for 2. Only the 4 keys remain. So there's 4 there's 4. After 3 is removed. So
Edward Johnston says, I believe in you.
So there were 7 before the 3 witches were removed, right? Okay.
Bradw says not right now.
One vengeful man, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't fuck it. 4 keys remain.
Bradw says, it's not hard, it's stupid.
3, 4, 5. Oh no.
Edward Johnston says, Macbeth was removed. Johnny said that before. Yes, he did. Milkatima Kestings says, look me in the eye and tell me Capulet isn't a name Jewish folk would pick to hide their Jewishness.
Only the 4 keys remain. So either that means we're pressing 4, or there's 4 keys that we're pressing, or there's 4 keys that we're not pressing. Which basically means everything, that every fucking key. It doesn't mean anything at all when you think about it. If it could mean all of those things. Well, no, kind of. Well, okay, not quite that, but near enough. 1 vengeful man.
Edward Johnston says that's a lot of key talk. I need a drink.
Is that a clue? The drink has 5 letters in.
Limshalsu says Capulet is Roman as fuck. Milku.
There we go. See, Limshalsu is coming in, holding Milkster to account. You're needed more often here, Limshalsu. Lima.
Milkatima Kesting says, exactly.
Limshalsu. I'll never forget the Resident Evil stream.
Milkatima Kesting says, pick
So
the
good.
most Roman name.
That's one of my favourite streams ever, actually. Got to do collab with Milkster and Limshalsu. Then Milkster did it the next day. She made her best efforts, but she was getting molested by the kids. And then she had to go, and I felt bad.
Slub69 says Maximus Decimus. Milkatima Kesting says, wait, did Shakespeare even create Romeo and Juliet, or is it another adaptation?
Oh, okay. Slavs, what's up, mate? Fuck is that, Slavs? Slavs, no fucking spoilers, no hints.
Edward Johnston says Slubsius Wubsonius.
I don't even feel it is this thing for the number pad, to be honest. I kind of think it's something else. Let's look for fucking clues, shall we? It can't be that fucking... It can't be that obscure.
Slub69 says 8. Bradw says,
You cunt.
Capuletsky. Edward Johnston says, are you thinking of Antony and Cleopatra?
I knew there's a fucking... Slavs, you fucking ruined it! I knew there was a fucking 8 in it, but why is there an 8 in it?
Milkatima Kesting says wrong Jew Brad.
Why is there 8 in this fucking puzzle? Why? What has this got to do with 8? What anywhere in this dialogue, in this puzzle, in these fucking numbers, in this note, in these books is to do with an 8? There's literally nothing. It's fucking volumes 1 to 5. Slubs, you bastard. There's nothing to, like, what is to do with 8 here?
Says, Hamlet is an adaptation.
One vengeful man spilled blood for 2. That's 3 people. 2 youths. That's 5. That's 5. Shed tears for 3. And maybe that's just 6, 7, 8, the witches. But even if it is, why does this mean that I'm fucking starting with an 8? What is the logic? And the only 4 keys remain. I've tried stuff with 8 though. No fucking spoilers, Slubs, you bastard.
Massacre 23 says those who spoil should be packed in foil.
That's right. Slubs, what the fuck are you doing? Don't give me hints!
Edward Johnston says has something to do with volume 4.
What the fuck is this puzzle, man? What? 8 has something to do with volume 4. How? How the fuck does that have anything to do? What, it's just 2? Are we fucking doubling this shit up? We're not doubling shit up though. We are so not doubling, bubbling, troubling. Look, 1 for 2. Okay.
I told you it's stupid, not hard. Milkatima Kesting says, God, I just want to tell him if he's doiji something right at least lol. Roman King BC says, bro, I passed out. Did we get past the silly door chat?
No.
Slub69 says, come ahead, Moffus.
Look, 1...
Milkatima Kesting says, LMAO. Roman King BC says, hey slugs.
1 man for 2. Okay, we're doubling. But then 2 to 3, that's not doubling. So there's no fucking doubling here. There is none. The fuck? What has any of this got to do with a fucking 8?
Hamza 23 says that's only troubling.
Nothing. No, it's got nothing to do with an 8. The little Fulias. Fules. Oh god. Not even, I've forgotten about the rest of this fucking game. What's waiting for us? Absolute horror show. Okay, look, number 4. Hamlet. I've never read that.
Slub69 says sup Roman. Milkatima Kesting says you're pissing my baby off and he's taking it out on my kidneys, dude.
Sorry. Didn't mean to. Tell him I said to stop. Do it now. What the fuck has this got to do with an 8?
Milkatima Kesting says the child figured it out already, lol.
Never.
Slub69 says Johnny, I'd play something else, you're never gonna figure this out.
What the fuck has... I'm pissed off about the number 8. How can 8 be any fucking number on this keypad? They don't mention 8 anywhere. How can it be? Don't tell me I have to know something deeper about Shakespeare. Surely fucking not.
Roman King BC says OMG Johnny. We evolved as GMers to move past these primitive roadblocks, Johnny, to where we don't need prima guidebooks. We now have them in our hands via cell phone. Just look it up, Papa, ha ha ha.
Never.
Hamza Safda 23 says 8 defines fate.
No.
Edward Johnston says rant incoming after he solves it.
Bro, if 8 defines fate, you cannot be fucking telling me that's part of the puzzle, bro. The developers fucking made that up after the fact when they knew they made a mistake in their own puzzle. There is no fucking way. As long as that's not the solution, I won't care what the fucking logic is. As long as it is an 8 means fate in the Shakespearean world. It better not be that. If that's what it is, I'm not giving this developer my time. There's no fucking way. Let's ask AI. Does 8 mean fate in Shakespearean times? And I do know that things had different meanings back then. No, the number 8 did not mean fate. Okay, thank God, Hamza, you fucking sending me down the wrong path.
Says, can I please tell you one thing you got right?
No. What part of don't give me hints do people not fucking understand? What part? What do I have to do to make people read this fucking message in the bottom left? Do I need to, like, is there anything I can do? Ajay fell afoul of this as well. What do I need to add to this? Do I need to put it in red?
Bradwr says, the octopus is always right.
One thing I got right. What? How many things do I have to get right? How many layers are there to this onion? Oh God. Do you know what's funny, right? Do you remember how...
Massacre 23 says I was just relaxing the heat here XD.
Do you remember how I was saying I was so exhausted I couldn't move and all this kind of shit? Well, guess what?
Milkatima Kesting says what part of I said do it on normal do you not?
You don't... Milky, only play when it's rock hard. Do you remember I said I was fucking tired, right? I didn't drink caffeine for a while. Well, in the days I didn't drink caffeine, I drank this fucking protein drink. Cafe au lait flavor. I had like 3 of them, and I went to the store just now and I looked at it, and it's got fucking coffee in it. Who'd have thought there'd be coffee in something called cafe au lait? But I thought it was just a protein drink. So I was drinking like 3 fucking cafe au laits at fucking 10 p.m. Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Bradwr says, no habla Ingalls.
But this puzzle, I'm sorry, but this cannot be that fucking difficult. Let's fucking work this shit out. It's something to do with these stupid ass books. I already know it. It's 41523. Okay.
Slub69 says gout means doubt. Deep beneath the darkness the answer you have to wait. Just remember the start rhymes with hate. Roman King BC says when the Cenobites try to convert Johnny via the torturous changing process Johnny just smiles through the whole thing. Milkatima Kesting says that means coffee my dude lil.
After this, nothing can give me pain. What is the logic behind starting with 8? What fucking hint in this game is telling me there's 8 anywhere in the chain, let alone to start off the fucking thing? I mean, I don't know, bruv. I feel like it says only the 4 keys are left. So what? We're just trying one of the 4 keys, which is 8. But then it says 1 for 2. 1 for 2.
Bradwr says you had 3-3.
Nah, everyone's fucking giving me too many hints now. Stop it. Stop the hints. 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 I didn't hear anything. 5, 10, 15, 5, 4, 1, 9, 17, a million. Stop the hints. Stop the hints. It's leaving the brain. I can't remember what he said. Okay. He said 3, the bastard. Oh my God. You had 3? 3? Oh no, the coffee's okay. See, now I can't fucking tell when it's a hint or it's not a fucking hint.
Testing says he didn't even know the caffeine content. Brad.
Just 3 in a row, like one after the other. And I felt like I couldn't sleep properly.
Hamza Safda 23 says 4 keys for the 2 ones morning, I guess.
Maybe they're talking about the 4 keys of coke they did when they made this puzzle. And they're all fucking laughing about it. Why does it start with 8?
Edward
Why?
Johnston says poor Johnny. He's so confused.
What? Anywhere in the sequence?
Slub 69 says I stopped the cough. It was making me piss like a racehorse and gave me a sore head. Roman King BC says the code is 123,456 obviously. Edward Johnston says get your pen and paper out.
Okay, anything but this game. Anything but this. Okay. Right, we got this. We got this.
Edward Johnston says the crumpling.
Crumpling good time. In here is a tragedy. Art thou player or audience? Be as it may, the end doth remain. All go on only toward death.
Milkatima Kesting says you already put the combat on hard though.
Oh yeah, that I'm not so worried about. Gary do a montage later of me tearing my hair out. Can't kill a boss because I put it on hard. Put that at the start.
Lim Shalsu says Roman King that's the kind of code an idiot puts on his luggage.
Maybe it's like a reverse fucking like they make it. You never think it was that easy, so that's what they did. And all of this is just a red herring.
Hamza Safda 23 says go back to first phrase of the witch. Milkatima Kesting says he already forgot how he was freaking out during combat lol.
That was actually fucking terrifying.
Edward Johnston says, I feel like the hints are just making it harder now.
Why does it start with 8? What's the logic for that? 1, 2. Is not 1 to 2, 2 to 3, but it's not 3, it's 2 to 4, so 4 to 8. What? Only the 4
Roman
keys
King
remain.
BC says poor Johnny, it's like watching a monkey trying to figure out how to operate a Rubik's Cube.
It's never gonna happen, basically. That monkey will be fucking like freaking out and just playing with it for the rest of its life until it dies, man. It will never figure it out.
Edward Johnston says volume 4 equals 8 somehow.
Really? Are you actually serious?
Milkatima Kesting says they taught chimps how to beat Minecraft. Apparently they are coming for you, Johnny.
Are you actually fucking serious? Volume 4 equals volume 8 that doesn't exist. Are you serious? So what, we doubling each one? No, come on, man. That can't be right. So 8 instead of that. 8, 1, 5, 2, 3. No. Still no.
Edward Johnston says not volume 8, no.
What is it?
Roman King BC says LMAO Milky.
Well, it's 8.
Hamza Safda 23 says 4 multiply by 2.
I mean, that has to be what it is. What else could it be? But then why would you be starting with that? Only the... Like, oh, God, man, this fucking puzzle. It actually doesn't make logical sense. It's all over the fucking place. They tried to thread so much shit together here. But where... How does that say 8 anywhere?
Hamza Safda 23 says 4 keys but 2 is not sure what it is. Edward Johnston says rant incoming.
I'm tempted just to fucking look this up because it's so stupid, man. It's actually I mean, people said the piano puzzle was hard, but I worked out in like an hour or like a couple of hours. It wasn't that bad. It had a logical flow to it, but this is all over the fucking place. 8? How does 8 fit into this?
Edward Johnston says Vengeful Man equals Volume 4.
So why is that 8? Because it's 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So what? And then 2 uses 1 times 3. So what? 8. 2 uses Romeo and Juliet times 3 is 3. 8, 3. And then I don't fucking know. 8, 3.
Roman King BC says, Johnny needs to wear the gimp suit at this point, Luke.
Fuck. How the fuck is that 4?
Edward Johnston says he's starting to believe.
No, I'm not, bro. I mean, fuck, dude. I'm so far away. What? Vengeful Man is a 4. Spilled Blood for 2. How is that 2 times 4? Who would ever fucking think something like that? 2 U's is Romeo and Juliet 3, so that's a 3. So 4, 3 times 1 is 1. So what? 8. 3 times 1 is 3. 8, 3. And then 3 Witches is Othello, which is what is that? 5. 8, 3, 5. And then only the 4 keys remain. 8, 3, 5.
Edward Johnston says, Macbeth haha. Roman King BC says, should I tailor your gimp suit in leather or latex, Johnny ha 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 lol.
Othello. 8, 3. Maybe it's a 0 because it says 3 to nothing. So 3 times 0 is 0. No, 5 times 0 is 0. And then the 4. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Oh, fucking hell, bro. How many numbers is it? Even though you've told me what the fucking answer is, I still have no idea why you ever start with an 8. Even though I know what the fucking number is, I got no idea. So how could anybody work this out? Where does an 8 come into this line?
Roman King BC says Mossad level IQ to play solve these puzzles. Hamza Safda 23 says at least got somewhere.
I didn't get anywhere, bro. Failed like a fool, yeah. I just can't work out why this is 8.
Hamza Safda 23 says I am using no cheat here. Spoiling is not my thing. Edward Johnston says the translation must have been bad. Slub69 says put out of misery time.
It's nearly there, to be honest. Maybe you know, Hamlet. Maybe it's the order in which the books are there, right? So Hamlet is what the fuck? Is the first one Hamlet? The fucking vengeful shit? What? Oh god. Is it Hamlet? Which is the vengeful one? It's Hamlet, isn't it? Which is 4. So maybe if that's somehow a fucking 8, it's the 4. Oh no, I don't fucking know.
Edward Johnston says spilled blood would imply divide in my opinion. Not multiply, but who knows?
Oh, I see. No, that's very big brain, dude. That's very big brain. But still, that's fucking abstract if that's the truth. One visual man.
Testing says translation is fine.
Spilled blood for 2. But like, whose blood? It's his blood? It's someone else's blood? What? Milky defending this fucking abomination. Oh my god, Milky, I thought you were on my side. Milky's taking the mantle of menace tonight in Victoria's absence. Do you know what? I think you have to tell me what the answer is, because honest to God, if you hadn't told me it was 8, I would never. I mean, I did put it in a few times in 0 because I thought you're going to start with a different key, but it's obviously not for the reasons that I'm thinking it is. And I would never, ever, ever, ever logically come to the conclusion that an 8 is at the beginning of this fucking this thing. This sucks, but I think you're gonna have to fucking tell me. I give up. I can't sit here day after fucking day on this puzzle, basically.
Edward Johnston says Milky solved this in 23 minutes on Liverstream. Slub69 says this puzzle has no place in any game. Roman King BC says wouldn't spilling blood imply subtraction?
But how do you get 8 from anything here? Anything. It's probably something to do with, you really have to know what fucking Shakespeare book it's referring to from all these lines, but you've just had like 5 pages.
69 says 8,352.
And why is it that? What's the fucking logic? I would never have fucking chosen that. Ever.
Bradwr says, thank you.
What's the logic? Tell me. Right, I'm ready. I'm all fucking ears. Hit me. Hit me with this one. I'm ready.
Bradwr says, he asked for it.
I'm cool with it. Well, I can't sit here for the next 2 weeks just staring at this fucking screen.
Hamzasafda23 says logic is the old logic.
Tell me the logic of this puzzle, right? And I'll hold up my hands. If I could have done it, and I did this too earlier, I've never done that ever where I felt like I'll never solve that puzzle. Monkey Island 2, maybe, but any other game, I always felt like I regretted it when someone told me. Go on, tell me.
Edward Johnston says vengeful man equals Hamlet equals volume 4 spills blood to 2 4 times 2.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. That what do you mean spills blood equals 2?
23 says 4 times 2 was right.
Why times 2 if spilling blood?
Edward Johnston says Macbeth equals 3 witches remove book from sequence.
What do you mean? You meant to remove it from the shelf? Don't tell me you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to are you telling me you're supposed to remove that from the shelf?
Milkatima Kesting says you had the original code right, but the poem tells you Hodge numbers to change. Edward Johnston says give us the rant worst puzzle ever.
No, I mean, I've got nothing. I don't have an insight. I actually don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're talking about. So the original numbers is 4, 1, 5, 2, 3. Is that? But that's 5 numbers. It's only 4.
69 says yuck puzzle is retarded.
I want to understand the logic for this. Okay, so the first one, we're talking about book number 4. And it says spilled blood for 2, but that's making it sound like spilling blood for 2 is separate from the story. It's like an outside thing. It's because it's modifying the original thing. So how can that be multiplication? And how is spilling blood? Spilling blood is losing something from the original whole, right? How is spilling blood multiplying it? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. 2 youths shed tears for 3. So what's that? Is it what? I still don't understand the logic. 8352. Okay, so that's 3 times 1, right?
Says, Romeo and Juliet are volume 1, right? Edward Johnston says the shelf is to put volumes in order. Then last page tells you what to do with the numbers for the keypad. Milkatima Kesting says they are the 2, but she'd tears for 3, so change it to 3. The other numbers are fine, but take away Macbeth. Bradwr says, it's not a puzzle.
They are the 2. So Romeo and Juliet is 1. So 3 tears, 3 times 1 is 3. Is that correct? So you're basically timesing 4-2 is times 2, 4-3 is times 3, correct? And 1 Vengeful Man is volume 4, 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 uses Romeo and Juliet, volume 1, so 3 times 1 is 3, correct? Is that right? So that right then, let's see the next logic in this.
Hamza Safda 23 says sense is not there definitely. Milkatima Kesting says Brad was right the first time, it's obnoxious.
It's just not well. Maybe they didn't translate it well, or maybe I would say it's not translated well, because you can already see the translation already. I called it. I mean, these games are all kind of janky, and it does give it this nice charm. But the translation's already fucking weird. They said things in the game, I already called it out. I said, "The fuck, that's weird." So if they can't write like basic English, how the fuck are they going to use this logic in a puzzle? It's like my dad used to work in books, right? And he used to do puzzle books. And occasionally they'd put a puzzle in the puzzle book. You couldn't fucking solve it. It's the same fucking thing. Internally in the company, it was like a joke, but it was also bad. They'd speak to the editor and be like, "Oh, you remember you fucked that puzzle up. There's people out there still trying to solve it. But don't tell anyone." That's clearly what they... I don't feel bad about this at all. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Come on now. If you were the arch fucking puzzle ubermensch, you'd say, like, it doesn't matter how shitty the puzzle is. My, like, telepathic IQ is going to somehow work out what's going on. This could have been anything, to be honest. Mossad level IQ. I don't have it. Okay, Macbeth is the 3 witches. Remove the 3 witches. Remove the book from the sequence. Okay, so I actually was kind of right with that one. I was saying that's a 0, right? But what I actually wasn't, because it's not a 0. It's actually you remove it completely. So we've got 8, 3, but then how do we do that? Where the fuck does the... What is it? Eight, 3. Where does the 5 and the 2 come from? Someone explain that? Is that just the remaining books? I really can't understand this. Because we're timesing. Where does the 5 and the 2 come from? Only 4 keys remain. So what the key? Okay. And only the 4 keys remain. Only the 4 keys remain. Thus, you need only 4 numbers. Okay. 3 witches disappeared. Thusly, remove Macbeth from the sequence. Sequence only has 4 keys. input volume numbers of the last 2 books in the... Dude, why are we multiplying the first 2 books, but we're not multiplying the last 2 books just aren't even mentioned? So are those books already in the sequence? So it is, right? The first one is 4. Is that is, yes. So 4 is already in the sequence. Okay. And then, okay. Because seriously, so the pages before this is putting it in the sequence. And then the thing is, this is supposed to be the last book in the sequence. But actually, like it might be, this is supposed to be Macbeth, right? Because, oh my God. It's really, really hard to explain this, but I'll do my best. So I was kind of right in the layout of what it was doing. So that page there, it's like feathered into 2. It was like 3 actual different fucking concepts. But it's the two concepts is books on the shelf and the pin code. They're related, but they're kind of separate. So like you've got, this is book 1, number 4. This is book 2, volume 1. This is a red herring. This is book 5. Book 2.
W says the negotiating stage of grief.
Exactly. Book 2. And then this is supposed to be book 3, but muddled throughout this is now a summary of one of the first 4 in the order. It's so confusing. Is this that, or is it we've got the first 4, so now here we don't need... That's just so funny. Is it the case that we know what the last book is, so this is now just a recap of the whole thing? Man, the fucking layout. What this should be, there should be another page here, which is the last book, and then this shit should come after it, so it's kind of fucking separate. So now, why is the summary happening before we get the last page of the last book? Do you see what I'm saying? Oh my God. So what this means is, right, let's go through this again, show you how fucking retarded this is. All right, we're telling you the order of the books, but not the numbers. So it's book 4, it's book 1, it's red herring, it's book 5, it's book 2, but then we don't have book 3. Now we're going to do a summary of those 4 already. So fucking meta. One vengeful man. Now we're going back. And it's times 2 because it says 4-2. Okay. So I think I got like 15% of the way there. And then look, we're going back to Romeo and Juliet, volume 1, the 2 U's, times 3. Okay. But then the 3 witches disappeared. So the next one, we're removing from the fucking sequence. And only the 4 keys remain. So it's the last... Man, that is a fucking militant puzzle. I can actually see the logic, but I'll be fucking damned. I don't think I ever would have gotten that. Fuck me, dude. So the last 2, we don't do anything. But come on now. You can't multiply the first 2 and then not multiply the last 2. It's so confusing. Come on, man. Wow. That's something. Okay, I was beaten.
Edward Johnston says there's one more page so retarded. Hamza Safda 23 says I think it's multiply sum and subtraction.
It's not. It's just multiply the first 2 and then the next one in the sequence, okay, of the books. We're not going to do it. Does that mean I pull it out the shelf? It probably fucking does. What is this important? This is nothing though, right? This is a red herring, right? I mean, I feel bad, but I literally would never have ever fucking worked that out. To multiply, like, why am I multiplying it? Yeah, how would anyone know to multiply
Edward
that?
Johnston says, how would anyone get multiply though?
That's the fucking point.
Won.
That's the fucking point. I was actually putting it all in the right order, but I didn't multiply the first 2. And it's not really clear what the fuck it's talking about in the page before. Like the first 2 is multiply and then remove. It's so fucking. It's God. I tell you what throws it is it needed another page. It needed a page before that one that was book 3, which was Macbeth, and then you can go, okay, so these are the 5, and then the next, oh, this is numbers, but there's no 5th one for Macbeth. Then it suddenly just goes into that, and it starts recapping it before it's even told you what the last one is, even though you kind of know what the last one is because you had 4, but the fact that it's not telling you then makes you question the whole fucking thing. Like, is this telling me like the order of the 5? Fucking hell, man. Go and explain that to someone. Oh. Fucking assholes, hey? Wow, 8-5.
Bro WR says, told you bro, 3 nukes.
8-5-2-3. Right? So look, you have to have the books right as, oh my god. See, I was like max 20% of the way there, probably like 10 to 15 if we're being realistic. And maybe like even up to 20, but I would never have, I couldn't have gotten further than that.
Milkatima Kesting says,
wow, that's really blurring the edges of fucking acceptability in a game. Wouldn't you say? No, but then how does this make sense? Because look, it's telling you to remove the witches, but that was the 3rd thing they talked about. So they're talking about the 5th key.
Edward Johnston says 8,352. Hamza Safda 23 says hahaha this is lame.
Oh, I see. But look, they say to remove the witches from the thing, but the witches is the last one. That's like the 5th one. So why is it telling you that the 3rd thing in order? Do you see what I'm saying? But yeah, okay, so you're removing the witches. The witches just doesn't even come into it. What? Oh, God. So, like, it tells you number 4 first. It tells you number 1 next, right, in the puzzle. But then it goes to
Roman
the witches,
King
which is
BC
number
says
5
it's telling
key.
you to ignore the witches.
I know, but why is it telling me? So, look, you see how 4, if it says basically, like, you know, multiply by whatever. That's
Edward
the first
Johnston
one.
says, I think you mixed up the 5 and 3. Edward Johnston says forget it, move on.
I didn't. I fucking hope I did, because otherwise it makes even less sense. Because it tells you about the first one, second one, and then it should tell you about the 3rd one.
Says because you just remove Macbeth.
But why doesn't that tell me that last? When it tells me the first 2 keys in order, then it jumps to the 5th key. That's even more fucking confusing. What's that all about? Oh, okay, just... Shouldn't it be, like, take out this one and then these 2? I don't fucking know. And then you should have ordered it... Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I think we're done with this game because we can't continue. We need to have pride. If the game beats us, the game beats us. We'll leave it. It will be a fucking forbidden fruit forever, and a moldy one at that.
Edward Johnston says, I think 3rd page is volume 3, Macbeth. Milkatima Kesting says why should it?
Well, I didn't have to, but... Yeah, so I don't think we can play this game because it beat us. I can't. It won. It won. You don't see this very often on Rock Hard Gaming. Even Consort Radan on 8 Scattertree Fragments couldn't stop us. But what this puzzle lacks in brawn, this enemy, it makes up in terms of fiendishness. I mean, you need an infinity Galactus IQ to fucking do that. The Galactus Doctor Doom combined Infinity Stone IQ. We'll get there.
Roman King BC says, I'm reading the blog posts on this puzzle and everyone is in agreement that this puzzle hinged on people knowing that spilling blood for 2 meant to multiply, which is dumb. Hamza Safda 23 says defeat by honor. Milkatima Kesting says okay, never play Silent Hill 3 again, and when people ask you why you haven't played, you can tell them lol.
Yeah, we can't give Konami our time. If they just treat us like that with that puzzle, fuck off, guys. Wasted our time. Silent Hill, Shakespeare, puzzle, hard, ridiculous. Let's see what people are saying. The Shakespeare puzzle in Silent 3's hard riddle difficulty is widely considered one of the most frustrating and absurdly cryptic puzzles in survival horror history, requiring outside literary knowledge and abstract math to decode a 4-digit combination from a complex poem. The hard mode memo replaces the standard hints with a cryptic poem, referencing specific Shakespearean tragedies, instructing you to cross-reference the text with the book volume numbers and multiply them. Romeo and Juliet, 2 youths shed tears for 3. Volume 1 times 3 equals 3. King Lear, used for the first digit, mapping context. I got that one wrong there. Macbeth, 3 witches disappeared thusly. Book 3 is omitted. Hamlet, 1 vengeful man spilled blood for 2. Yeah, how would you know to multiply that? I thought it might be +2, but multiply? Surely that's dividing it, because you're cutting it into like smaller pieces. It's not multiplying. But then you could argue, like, if you chopped him in half, you'd be making 2 pieces, but you're actually dividing him. He's not like increasing. It actually doesn't make fucking logical sense, does it? You need actual knowledge of Shakespeare. What the hell? There's always some fucking liars online. I never found it that hard, to be honest. Even a child could recognize.
69 says just open the door, bruv, lol.
This guy says, never found it that hard, to be honest. Even a child could recognize what books those verses refer to.
Testing says we would have had it hours ago if he just did it on normal. Edward Johnston says the multiply by 2-bit was too far.
1000%. No, okay, the thing which makes this ridiculous is there's a missing page for Macbeth. There's a missing fucking page, and it goes straight to the numbers thing. It just omits that. Oh, but maybe that's why it's not in the order, because it's omitted. But that's 2 fucking 10D chess. Look. You got the first volume, or like, I don't know what, it's volume 4, 1, 5, 3, 5, 2, and then nothing. Is that because you're omitting it, or do you think what? Like, why didn't they needed a page there for it to really make sense?
Fatima Kesting says, yeah, that guy is a liar. It's not so simple.
And it should start off and say, here are the 5 keys. Like that's all they fucking needed to make this work. I just think it's a translation thing. Within this, here's a tragedy, or as it may be, the end doth remain, 5 keys for thee towards death pain. That's all you needed was 5 keys. And then it's like a key 1, key 2. You can even keep this red herring. And then key 3, 4. Then you need a key 5 here, but you didn't put one in.
Johnston says the Duff page is Macbeth, I think.
No fucking way. So, okay, well then that would make sense. Then I'm fucking it up. But is it though? Oh no, but that would make sense because then you're omitting it in the middle. Okay, so I fucked that one up. That would make sense. I said it was red herring, but it's not. So that's Okay. Okay. So that, mate, I could have been even closer, but I still wouldn't have got it though, because then it would have been 4. Edward, big brain. 4, 1. This would be 3. Is that Macbeth? That would make sense then. How is that Macbeth though? Like, who's the miserable ones?
Milkatima Kesting says, who said rand incoming, how much do I owe you?
How is this Macbeth?
Roman King BC says you should play Soul Reaver 2 for the PS2. Very satisfying puzzles, gameplay and Shakespearean level dialogue, and the voice acting is top shelf, brother. Do yourself a solid. You deserve it.
Is it? The quote is from Silent Hill. It mimics Jacobean tragedy language. The specific line belongs to Othello.
Edward Johnston says you input the order of books. That should have been the puzzle. The multiply bit stupid as fuck.
This is not Macbeth.
Milkatima Kesting says, you kinda see the logic once you have the answer, but getting there is rough.
But still, I don't see it completely, because this, what would make
Edward
sense?
Johnston says it's literally from Macbeth, I think. Milkatima Kesting says the multiply bit isn't in normal.
This is not from Macbeth, because you're omitting. It just tells you to pull out the fucking. The password is what is it again? 8352. No, what is it? Eight, and then 3, and then the last, you're omitting the witches. That's 4, 1, 2. What is it? 8. What's the fucking answer? Eight, 3, 5, 2. So you're getting rid of volume 4. 8, 3. No, so hold on. 8 is double 3, and then you're getting rid of 4. But 4 is Hamlet. Why are we getting rid of Hamlet? We're supposed to get rid of Macbeth. Macbeth is 3. That doesn't make fucking sense. So Macbeth isn't 3. Yeah, so no, hang on. That would that make sense? Wait, let's get them to fucking explain this again. Volume 1, Romeo and Juliet. Volume 2, King Lear. Volume 3 is Macbeth.
Milkatima Kesting says, Silent Hill puts a significantly different part to a puzzle once you have it on hard, because most people finish it on normal riddle difficulty. It's a cheap way to add to the difficulty.
Okay, this puzzle actually doesn't make sense, because 3 is Macbeth, right? The witches you remove. Macbeth is the one with the fucking witches in. Yes. 8352. Take Hamlet, volume 4. Oh no, because then it moves the fucking order around, right? Take Hamlet, one vengeful man. Okay, volume 4 multiplied by 2. Okay, 2 years. Othello remains 5 and King Lear remains 2. Okay, yes. Yes, we had that correct. Okay. Three Witches is volume 3. Is volume 3. So this is, that would mean this is supposed to be Macbeth. Right? How the fuck does that relate to Macbeth? How does doth lie invite truth, doth verity but wear the mask of falsehood? Art thou pitiful, thou miserable ones, relate to Macbeth in any way, shape, or form? Is actually from the puzzle game. In the game, okay. This specific excerpt is matched to the play Othello, while a separate stanza in the very same puzzle references Macbeth. However, the philosophical idea of that specific line connects deeply to Macbeth, so maybe AI is just making it up? Mate, I'm fucking losing my mind here. Othello. Othello remains 5, it says. So that's Othello? Yeah, dude, I would never fucking work. I still can't even work out which one is related to which volume. So maybe all of that is kind of bullshit and it's just this. One vengeful man. Is that all BS that comes before it? One vengeful... It probably is. Fucking hell. One vengeful man. Okay, so 4 times 2. 2 youths shed tears for 3. So no Macbeth. So this was the only fucking page that counted. All of that shit before was a fucking red herring. Am I correct? Dude, you've got to be kidding me. It must be the case. So it wasn't that it was ordering it here and then it fucking ordered it again in meta. This was all fucking useless. You could have thrown that in the bin. It was just this fucking little page. My God. Crazy.
Milkatima Kesting says add to replayability sorry. Edward Johnston says you have to read Macbeth to know. Milkatima Kesting says you found your red herring lol.
The whole thing was a fucking red herring. The whole fucking thing.
Edward Johnston says bruv crazy.
All of that text was useless. I spent so long fucking reading it. And dude, the other red herring on the fucking bookshelf, you can order you can change the order. Why would it let you change the order of the books on the shelf? What's the point of that? Was that... Oh my God. And I was convinced. I said they would never let you change the order of the books if it didn't mean something. But they fucking did. Never in a million years, man. That meant multiply. I was so far away. But that's the thing, like, it's so fucking obscure and stupid that you start imagining shit that's clearly that isn't even there. That's a terrible puzzle. I'm blaming the puzzle. Not my fault.
Edward Johnston says, "It'll bleed time."
So are we ditching this game, or are we actually gonna play through it? I regard it with extreme suspicion now. It's crazy.